In early 2026, one of the most innovative, luxurious, and dare I say greatest Smogon tournaments ever was held. That tournament was GSC UUPL. This was a team tournament where the only tier available to play was GSC UU. Well, put an asterisk next to that. Some of the UU slots were a bit different, allowing the use of UUBL Pokemon such as Venusaur, Smeargle, and Typhlosion. There was even a slot that unbanned all UUBL Pokemon. It was really quite a bold tournament idea. Nevertheless, people seemed to like it. US President Abraham Lincoln was even quoted as saying, "GSC UUPL is a bit of a paradox. It's a tournament, but it also might be a lifestyle." Over 50 people found themselves signing up for this tournament. However, not enough people signed up to get every single slot in. There was actually another secret slot hiding in this tournament. That slot was GSC UU with Lugia allowed. To call this terrifying would be an understatement. How could Lugia, a Pokemon disallowed from OU, be a part of UU? A Pokemon with immaculate bulk, legendary longevity, and access to the spine-chilling Aeroblast. It seemed absurd, something too crazy to comprehend. As a result, an incredibly high threshold was set out for this slot's inclusion. 1,000 people had to sign up for GSC UUPL. Ultimately, we got about 5% of the way to 1,000. The masses just could not get on board. GSC UUPL began on March 16th, 2026, with Lugia nowhere to be seen. Nonetheless, some people did comment on why it wasn't there, such as Mr. Soup and Melbell. Big Fat Mantis, the host of GSC UUPL, actually tried to get a Lugia exhibition match going. HB 11677 and Bowrier would bravely nominate themselves to play. However, it took a lot out of the two players to get this game done. The game was not played until March 28th, a week after they both volunteered to play. The game would begin though, for a while seeming to be a regular UU match. In the back of both players' minds though, they knew what was coming. At any point, Lugia could show up. Haunter stood no chance, its Thunderbolt not doing enough to Lugia. PHB tried to stop it with a Mr. Mime. Again though, Thunder just was not doing enough. Mr. Mime stood with immense fear as it stared down Lugia. Its thunders were not as likely to hit, it was physically shaking. All it could do... Do not be fooled though. On turn 40, PHB sent out his Lugia. On paper, Piloswine and Electabuzz have the type advantage. That does not matter to an Uber Pokemon though. The feeble Pokemon of UU just never stood a chance, except for Mr. Mime. Lugia was like a T-Rex among a group of rabbits. Those watching the game were stunned by what they saw. This format could not be played again. For the rest of the tournament, no other player dared to play with Lugia. It awoke dark feelings of grandeur in those who played with Lugia.